Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dynamite recap with the Drip Kings, brought to you by none other than Wrestle Buddy. First in the chat, got the lovely Amanda. Then when I missed watching the show tonight, watched for the recap. Yep, I got you covered right here. You missed the show, I got you covered. That's the deal. That's what I do. Thank you for tuning in. I'm here to help you. So the MJF watch is back in full effect, as you can tell. Bam, right there, the diamond ring. I'm missing him. I'm starting to miss him. You know who else I'm missing? CM Punk. Got missing him. You got a lot of the guys that people tune in to see, and they ain't there. You know who else I'm missing? Baby. But that's gonna be resolved next week. Get to that in a little bit. But yeah, the MJF watch continues, and I'm starting to get a little bit worried. When are we going to see this man back? When are we going to see him back on AEW television? Will we? Will we? We will have to wait and see. Hello, professional wrestling fans. I'm missing MJF too. But like I said, at least I got you covered with the jacket. I'm here to just give you what I can, do what I do. But that's neither here nor there. We are going to jump right into the show because the show started off with an AEW interim title shot. Interim, whatever you want to call it. Mox getting right into the game, taking on Roosh. Not really sure why Roosh is getting a title shot here. I know he won on Rampage, I think, but I mean he debuted like 3 weeks ago, so it's a little wild. But what we got here, violence. Roosh is a ruthless man. He this is I think the third or fourth match I've seen of him. He is ruthless. He beat Mox down. Like, pardon my French, but he beat his ass. Like it was bad at some points. If you weren't aware of Roosh before, you are now. Absolutely. Like I said, I wasn't thoroughly impressed with anything other than the fact that he's just ruthless. I can't say it enough. He was very, very ruthless. He did not let up on Mox at all. He beat him down pretty bad. He's good. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But in the end, Mox wins. Of course, he wins. Mox ain't losing. I think they said his record during this match. He's lost like 4 matches his entire run in AEW. That's wild. That is wild. Versus 10-0 in his last 10 prior to the night. Tony went over on this. What have I seen though? It doesn't matter what he's. You got to sell these opponents to the people watching TV because not everybody is in tune with everything in the wrestling world. Some people are just tuning in and watching AEW. They got to know, hey, why is this Roosh dude getting a title shot? That you got to let him know. If he went over on the scrum, maybe he should go over on TV too. Just go over on TV just a little bit. Just because, as I always say, you're not going to grow if you're not catering to the people who don't live and breathe this shit 24/7. You got to cater to them just a tad. If you go over to the scrum, go over on TV. Anyway, Mox wins this match. Again, I don't think anybody thought Roosh was going to win here. It was a nice showcase for him, though. After that, though, out comes Chris Jericho. Kind of saw this one coming. He's been on a winning run. That's why they had me. Well, you better start telling a lot more people because a lot of people don't get it. But that's not me. But, yeah, I saw the Chris Jericho coming out. He's been on a winning streak. They beat the Bullet. Man, why am I calling the Blackpool Combat Club? Why am I calling Bullet? The Blackpool Combat Club. And then Jericho won last week against Eddie. So he's back in the mix for the title. He came out and basically challenged for the Mox in 2 weeks at Quake by the Lake. Yes, you heard me correct. That is the name of the show in 2 weeks. Quake by the Lake. It is very, very, very cheesy. But you know what? I like it. I like cheesy shit, and this is what it is. I enjoy the title of the show. But John Moxley gets on. He starts putting over Jericho big time. He starts talking about all the accomplishments. He even considers Jericho the GOAT to an extent. he puts him over big time. But he goes, if you're going to be facing me, I want the Lionheart Chris Jericho. I don't want this, what is it called? The sports entertainment crap. I want the Lionheart Chris Jericho. So we've seen a lot of things from Chris Jericho's history. We're about to see another one in 2 weeks. We're going to go into the time capsule. Not literally, because Chris Jericho isn't going to be wrestling like the Lionheart of old. But it'll be interesting to see what they pull off here. So, yeah, Jericho Mox in 2 weeks, the rematch from when Mox won the world title from him. So it'll be cool. Nice mention of the dungeon. Yes, the Heart Dungeon. The last survivor of the Heart Dungeon. That's Chris Jericho. That's what Mox wants. He wants a fight. He don't want this nonsense of Jericho. So that'll be interesting. Mox and the Lionheart in 2 weeks, running it back from 2 years ago, should be a safe match that will draw eyes. Yes, that's a big thing right there. I think that's a good nod there. It's going to draw eyes because it's arguably your two biggest draws on next to Punk, but he's out. So your two biggest draws on the show right now, two of the top three in the entire company for you. I think it's a good bet to do this match. Maybe not so short notice. I know it's 2 weeks, but maybe build it up a little bit more. But either way, the match should be good. I'm not one of the people that hates on Jericho these days. I think it'll be good. With the right dance partner, Jericho still does some things. Tidy here to find out what's going on in AEW. Well, you came to the right place, baby. Quake by the Lake is the first thing I hear. Well, before Quake by the Lake, Moxley beats Roosh, a very, very ruthless and aggressive Roosh in a pretty... Roosh dominated most of his match from what I saw. But, yeah, Mox won that. So there you go, Tidy. Now you caught up. Mostly liked the show, but the main event and the Hook taking the title rookie was bad. Man, I'll get to that in a little bit. I was a little bit upset, but then what happened next, I think, made up for it big time. So after that, like I said, 2 weeks, Mox Jericho, that's happening at Quake by the Lake. From there, they go to the commentator's table, and they got the trios titles laid out in front of the desk. That's right, people. The trio titles they're a reality. We've been hearing about them for a long, long time, but now they're a reality, and they're going to have a tournament. You could have guessed that one because they love their tournaments in AEW. And the winner will be All Out, and they will be the first trios champions. Perfect timing since the rumors of Kenny Omega have been starting to circulate just a tad bit. I think this will push those rumors a little bit harder. So, yeah, that very short announcement for them, but I guess until they have brackets, they're not really going to push it too hard. Trios titles look amazing. The trios teams are putting together epic. Yeah, I hope the trios division gets treated better than the tag division. And when I say that, I mean I hope it's not just dominated by people that run the show. And I can't get over the fact that Young Bucks have dominated it. Last month, like I said, they did good business with Swerve and Lee, but prior to that, it was dominated, and I don't want to see that. I want to see a competitive division that gets booked properly. Not this team has them, we'll feature them. This team has them, let's push them to the back, put them on Dark and Elevation because we don't really care too much. We shall see how that goes, though. Getting a little bit crowded with them titles, though, I will say. You're going to have to start doing something with Rampage. You got to get more people tuned in, get more time for it, and make it a legit second show and not just, I don't know what you even consider at this point because nobody's really tuning in anymore. Anyway, from there, Dante Martin interview. He's just talking about his match with Sammy Guevara. He goes, you got Tay Connie? Well, I got me someone too. Introduces Sky Blue as the person who's going to be coming out with him. That's all that was. Nothing to it. After that, it is time for the very nice and very evil Danhausen. I thought coming out to take on Ricky Starks for the FTW title. Had a little moment where he's like, oh, about to curse him, but then he said, so Ricky Starks didn't like that very much at all. Pump kicks him right to the head, and before we know it, this match is over. Ricky Starks hits him with a spear. Match is over. I think Danhausen got two things of offense in. He rolled him up, hurt Ricky's neck when he moved out, and Ricky hit the turnbuckle. But after that, it was done. Ricky spears him. That's it. And just like last week, Ricky Starks says, I'm not done. I still got some left in me, and I'm being for real this time. And it opens up another open challenge, and out comes Hook. And I think a lot of people saw this one coming. The Danhausen, FTW, Hook, that whole thing, I think it was kind of pretty obvious where they were going with this. Surprised they went with the match tonight, though. Hook comes out. Match starts. Ricky and Hook, they go back and forth just a little bit. Nothing crazy here. Not a long match. Ricky hits the spear on Hook. Picks him up, goes for I believe it's called the Rochambeau. Please don't crucify me if that's wrong. Goes for Rochambeau, but Hook just literally rolls back, clocks him in, chokes him out. Ricky taps out. That's it. New champ. New FTW champ. Hook. Taz, proud daddy, talk on commentary. That was a cool little spot. Afterwards, Ricky gives him Hook a little dap. He's proud of him. He had him under his wing there for a little bit, and that was it. He storms off. They go to commercial break. Come back for commercial break. There's Ricky Starks in the ring still. This time he has Tony Schiavone. Dante Martin defies gravity on a regular basis and working on some personalities of the character. Yes, he needs the personality if he wants to do anything. He has the skill. The personality needs to come. I've seen him progress little by little. I think the sky's the limit for this dude. If he stays healthy and can continue to go with that personality, get some better promo, put some fire in the promo, not just be so generic. Getting a run, holding the belt. Let's see how he does against better competition. We'll see how much they feature him as the champion. We'll see. We'll just have to see. I'm not going to comment until I see what they do with him as the champion, because again, they say they don't recognize the FTW title, but then they sit there and have these championship matches. So it's kind of real iffy, wishy-washy how they do it, but I'll wait and see how they do it with Hook. Hopefully this is the thing they'll get Hook on TV more regularly. That's what I'll say. Hobbs turn on Starks and yep. So here's what it is. He jumped the gun, but that's okay. So Ricky Starks come back for commercial break. Ricky Starks gives a nice promo, fire, passion. That's why I love this man. You can tell he loves this shit. He says, "I got some quotes here." He goes, I brought that title back to prominence. He's not upset that he lost. He's lost before. He'll lose again. That's part of it. He's not mad at it. He brought the title back to prominence. Nobody else did that. I deserve more than 40 seconds on this microphone in this ring. Damn straight he does. And he says, and people saying my time was then, my time is my GG time is right now. Then he says something else, and about that time, Hobbs turns on him, destroys him, hits him with the spine buster, mean spine buster. Commentary selling the previous neck injury by Ricky Starks there. Good job on that. Because Ricky sells it like a champ. So when commentary kind of adds to it, it's so good. Ricky Starks, woo. And as David says here, Starks sent into a face roll, he will get huge pops. He already gets huge pops as a babyface. He is going to be amazing. If you haven't noticed, Ricky Starks has very serious, big-time Rock vibes. He even kind of has the look a little bit. He has his own flavor to it, though. I love Ricky Starks. He can go in the ring. He's got style. He's got charisma. He can cut a promo. He's everything you want. I really hope this is the beginning of a very, very lengthy run for Ricky Starks on TV being pushed, because if there's anybody that deserves it from the get-go that's been in AEW, it's Ricky Starks, 100%. So that's that. After that, we go to backstage. Acclaimed cuts a promo talking about they got a music video coming out, and they're going to be taking out the Trash Boys. They're no longer the Ass Boys. They're the Trash Boys, and they're taking them out on Rampage. The music video is going to let everybody know what kind of match it is, because there's a stipulation involved. I imagine it's just going to be a no disqualification, because they started talking about the trash cans again. But that's that. After that, my boy Sammy Guevara back on TV in the ring, taking on Dante Martin. As Dave pointed out earlier, Dante Martin, the man who straight up defies gravity. Very, very good matchup here. There was a little bit of slop in there, but I'm not going to hate on. Again, matches shouldn't be clean. There should be some of this to it. Sammy Guevara worked the heel. Great. He said trash can match. Okay, yeah, back to that. Before I go into any further into the Sammy Guevara thing, you mentioned that you didn't like that Ricky Starks lost. Where is it at? Where'd it go? Taking the title away from Ricky was bad. The FTW title, he can never go anywhere with that thing. He's just not going to, because, again, sometimes they want to acknowledge it, sometimes they don't. Taking the title away from him frees him up of this title that means jack shit to AEW and allows him to move on to much better and bigger things. First and foremost, Will Hobbs, who is another person who deserves all the pushes in the world because he's so phenomenal. He has a great look and he's going to kill it in this role, I believe. I think him and Starks are going to have some great matches, tell great story. Ricky Starks will come out of this feud better than he is now. Not as far as skill-wise, because he's already damn good. But as far as where they're going to book him from there, I believe he comes out on the other side of this much better. And Hobbs is now someone who is freed up and can be a competitor for Wardlow. We are booking up some big, beefy men to take on Wardlow for that TNT title, and that's another fantastic thing. So I think everything about this segment was good for the segment itself and the future moving forward. That's why I don't think Ricky losing that title was bad. I think it's a very good deal. But yeah, trash can match. Why not? They do all these other crazy ones. Make it a trash can match. So back to Sammy Guevara, Dante Martin. There were some nice spots in this one. I really hate the Dante Martin backflip off the rope. I'm glad Sammy Guevara, he's the first one that's done it. He's like, man, get off there. He grabs him as he tries that stupid little backflip kick off the rope and just slams him. Stop it. It's just a silly little, it doesn't add anything to the match. It's a nice little thing you can do. Doesn't add anything to the match. In the end, I believe Dante got a little bit distracted by Tay on the outside, and then Sammy Guevara capitalized. Go to hell. 1, 2, 3. Sammy wins. After the match, Tay comes in. They start kicking Dante Martin as Sky Blue is on the outside just watching on. It's like, yo, you're supposed to help him. That's why he brought you out there. Then out comes no. So then she gets in. She stops Sammy from doing something. Then she gets in Tay's face. Tay's all doing her little sassiness. Here comes Anna Jay, attacks Sky Blue from behind. They double team her, and then out comes Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, and Ruby Soho to chase them off. Segment there, probably building towards a 4-on-4, 2 boys, 2 girls. I don't know. I think there's a lot of possibilities with all the people that were involved in this segment. Hopefully Dante Martin isn't hurt either, because when he took the springboard cutter from Sammy, he landed awkward. That leg got kind of folded up a little bit. So hopefully he's okay. And he's just really good at selling, because he was selling a leg injury to match. But yeah, hopefully that's just all it was. He was just selling. Losing the FTW title was a bump for Ricky and a bump for Hook. Win-win. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with Dave 100%. And if I'm agreeing with Dave on anything, you better believe you should too, because we don't agree on very much. But when we do, it's always the good shit. So from there, we go to a Danny Garcia interview. He's basically talking about his match with Bryan Danielson. He's going to beat him down. He's going to send him another vacation. He says, you've been in the guard with your wife and your kids. I've been in here getting better and better and better. So that's it. That's all it was. Garcia is getting a little bit better with his, I don't even know if that's a promo, but during his interview, he's speaking. He seems more comfortable, and I liked his thing tonight. I can't say I've ever said that about him before. He always kind of seems just kind of like timid, or just like he doesn't know what he's supposed to say. Tonight was clean. I liked him tonight. After that, a Jay Lethal promo with his guys, talking about the best friends. He goes, Samoa Joe cheated, but whatever. Now we're on to the best friends. Best friends are like, yo, we're like 6 feet away. Why are you talking about us like we can't hear you? And then that's just to set up a Rampage match, 3-on-3. Jay Lethal, the big dude, can't remember his name, and then his little manager dude, I guess used to wrestle. Sorry, don't know his name either. But yeah, taking on Chucky, Trent, and Orange Cassidy on Rampage 3-on-3. If you're into the Rampage still, which again, not a lot of people are for unfortunately. Commercial break, come back. Jungle Boy interview. See, this is the things that they do that I'm not a fan of. We got interview, back to back. Sorry, I spread them apart. Garcia, part of a great crop of young wrestlers. Utah, Dante, Hook, Austin, Trey, Carmelo. Yep, absolutely. I see a lot of like people kind of hate on Garcia, and I don't really get it. They're mad that he gets a lot of main events. Well, the dude is technically sound. So I don't know what the hate is. Has he been boring up till now? Yeah, a little bit, but he can go. So get him in there with like tonight's match, which I'll get to later. Give him a match like that. Yo, he deserves it. He's so good. He is very, very good. Of the ones you just listed, let's see. Let's go over these again. Dante, Hook, Austin, Trey. Other than Austin, I think Daniel Garcia might be my favorite of that crop. And that's no knock, because I just love Austin. I love everything he does. But I just think Garcia, he's fantastic. He's a Bryan Danielson type of guy. So hopefully he can get some character and charisma to go with it. Because, again, he was smoother tonight than he normally is. Build on that. But, yeah, Jungle Boy comes out. And Jungle Boy got some fire tonight. But I don't feel like he's been pushed. The push should be organic, not forced. I agree with you 100%. Sometimes you have to force a push. Sometimes people don't know they want it until they got it. Case in point, Roman Reigns. But he's no Roman Reigns. Don't jump the gun on that. I'm just saying sometimes you do have to force these things. I don't think Daniel Garcia has been pushed. I think they just give him opportunities and see what happens. I feel like being pushed would be like they put a title on him. They'd have him be beating people, and that hasn't been the case. He's been taking losses for the most part, and that he's just been showing that he's capable of hanging with these guys. So I don't think I personally don't think it's forced. If you think it's forced, that's fine. I'm not arguing with you on it. I can see why you would think that 100%. I just personally don't think it is. Jack hitting some, yes, Jungle Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. He said he hates it doing promos. I'm gonna give it to him. It wasn't the greatest promo in the world. But from someone who straight up despises doing them, scared of them. He said he's run away from them before. He did a damn good job tonight. He said some words that are like, oh, that's not PG. And that's got people like, oh, that doesn't, whatever. Very, very good promo by Jungle Boy tonight. Let's see if he can, again, build from that. The Christian Jungle Boy feud, a lot of hate, a lot of personal jabs going on here. I love it. Because when reality gets brought in, it's always the best. It's best for business, 100%. I will say Luchasaurus, he didn't turn tonight because we already got one turn when Hobbs did it. It would be stupid to have Luchasaurus turn tonight. He's still decked in all black, though. So he definitely is still turned on Jungle Boy. Will probably happen during the first match between Christian and Jungle Boy, which will, again, he'll have to take on Luchasaurus and then to get his second shot at Christian. And then that's when he'll get his flowers. That's how I see them booking this. But yeah, I don't think you have Luchasaurus coming out in all black if he's going to stay with Jungle Boy. Nope. And then when Christian interrupts him, he even references Luchasaurus, you're a fool. With me, the sky was the limit. You had titles and gold. You were running through people. The gold was in your future. Everything was at your hands by my side. And you threw it all away for Jungle Boy. So Luchasaurus is going back to Christian 100%. I said it last week. I would be legit shocked AF if it just doesn't happen. PW champ Curly, so he's still learning away from it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, he's one of those guys that can travel around and just build on his resume elsewhere if you can follow all of it. So back to Daniel Garcia, he's going to be great. In like 5 years, he's probably going to be at the top of AEW. One of the guys at the top. He won't be the single guy. He'll be one of the guys at the top of AEW. No question about it. Christian laying seeds of doubt with Luchasaurus. Exactly. And again, he's still in all black. He didn't go back to the green. Happy Dinosaur. He's still black. I'm evil. I'm gonna destroy people. And that's what's going to happen. I love this feud going on right now. I think it might be the best thing in AEW right now. That's not saying a bunch because there's not a whole lot going on. But yeah, this is my favorite part of AEW right now. The Christian has been on fire. 4 or 5 chef kisses because that's how good he's been. Tonight was no exception. He just comes with the venom in his promos. And then, like I said, Jungle Boy, he hit back with some shots tonight. I really liked it. I think this feud is money. I think it's money. After that, Young Bucks backstage like, Brandon, we don't want to do this tonight. And then Brandon says something about the trio titles, and they perk right up. Oh, boy. Let's get the trio titles on the Young Bucks. Don't you do it. Don't you do that crap. So, yeah, they're excited about it, and they're all talking, yeah. So they're walking, and then guess what? There's Hangman at a page. This is getting interesting. They want to have a talk before they can, though. Here comes the Dark Order. Hey, happy birthday, Adam. We got you. We didn't get your cake. We got your broccoli, blah, blah, blah. Then they notice the Young Bucks like, oh, everything cool? Then the Young Bucks like, you know what? Do your thing, and they walk off. So they're planting some seeds now. And then, again, we'll get to a little bit more of that in a minute. I'm liking where this is going. Hangman Adam Page being torn between Dark Order and the Elite. Give it to me, baby. It's going to be awesome. Jungle Boy tried to explain why Lucha side with Christian, but it doesn't make sense. Seems like their plans changed midway. Not really. Maybe you can elaborate on. I'm not really sure. because maybe I just missed it. I don't know. I was kind of in shock when he dropped the P word. So maybe you can elaborate on it a little bit. We'll see. I'll gladly go with you on it if you can elaborate on it with me. More teases with the Hangman Bucks reunited. Yep, and there's a lot more. I'm not going to post that one. Who's Kenny with? Because Kenny's coming back. This is all good questions, and that's why I've been waiting for this. Damn it, this is the story I've been waiting for, and we're finally going to start getting it. Hopefully, we can get the Bullet Club stuff back from New Japan over here involved with it, just to add that extra layer to it and just make our minds go, oh, this is amazing. So yeah, after that, we go to Swerve taking on Tony Nese and Mark Sterling, the lawyer, in a handicap match. Nothing special here. Swerve gets the win. Afterwards, they show Keith Lee knocked out backstage. Josh Woods standing over him, holding the tag team title. I guess Mark Sterling has been recruiting Josh Woods. Big dude, if you don't know, check him out. And then after that, Swerve's kind of seeing it. He's distracted. And then Tony Nese takes him down. And then he grabs his title. He holds it up. So we're going to do a Tony Nese and Josh Woods to take on Swerve and Lee. I'm not a fan of this at all. Tony Nese has done nothing to interest me since being in AEW. And you have a long list of tag teams that deserve these spots over Tony Nese and Josh Woods, two guys you're just putting together. That's dumb. This is what I'm talking about with the booking of the tag team titles. You better do something more with the trios titles because you're doing the tag team titles dirty AF. Lucha sided with Christian out of nowhere. Goes back to Jungle Boy without something. Whatever, I think we need to know what Christian said to Luchasaurus when this all started. I think that's the key. Until they tell us what happens there, we don't really know why he went with Christian. But when he went back to Jungle Boy, it's literally because that's my guy. He goes, maybe I've been wrong here this whole time. I'm going to go back because this is what I'm supposed to do. Christian is a bad man. But with Christian planting those seeds of self-doubt, Luchasaurus doesn't know where to go. He just doesn't know. He's a dinosaur who needs someone to lead him. And that's what I take from it. That's me. Again, I'm a guy who always looks to try and spin things in a positive way so that I can appreciate him. If that doesn't work, again, I get it. It does seem a little silly that it went back to Jungle Boy with no explanation. But as I said when I was talking about, I don't think he's with Jungle Boy. I think the All Black sells that story 100%. He is not with Jungle Boy. He is going to destroy that boy when him and Christian finally meet. Just because he wanted to save Christian so Jungle Boy could get his hands on him. Again, I think we have to wait until we see the Christian Jungle Boy match and find out what Christian said to Luchasaurus before we know exactly what's happening. Jay White with the Bullet Club. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Give me more Jay White. And while you at it, give me Will Ospreay and the United Empire. Throw them into this shit. Make my mind just go completely insane. That's what I want to see. Josh Woods, former Ring of Honor Pure Champion, 201 days. That's fine. I don't really know nothing about him, and I'm not going to hate on the guy. I just think it's silly when you have a tag team division like AEW does, and you just start throwing people together, and then put them in the tag division, jumping over all the other great tag teams. Silly. It's silly. It's one of the reasons the WWE's tag team division sucks so badly most of the time. It's what AEW is kind of doing right now. I don't like it. That's the key to this. What did Christian say? We weren't meant to hear that. Exactly. I know it kind of sucks because we're like, what? Well, then what did he say? I want to know because it helps tell the story. But I think that also helps you stay invested. Like, okay, are we going to find out this week? Are we going to find out this week? All right, come on. What's the deal here? What's going on? I think that's a very good element to the storytelling in this. And I think that's why, again, I said it's the best thing AEW is doing right now. It's no surprise that Christian is probably behind this because he's fantastic. Always has been, always will be. And as I've always said, I've always preferred him to Edge. And I don't even want to say that. I just really love Christian, and I think he's good at this stuff. And you're seeing why. You're seeing why I think Christian's good at this stuff. Trios titles got made just to keep the VPs happy. But I'm not even going to argue it. I'm not even going to argue it. I like trios matches, though. I think they're fun. Could be he's slowly building the... You can do that without tainting your tag team division, though. That's my whole thing. Like, you don't have to do that. You you just don't have to do it. There's other ways to do it. I'm all for him trying to get more eyes on his Ring of Honor show. 100%. I'm all for utilizing what you have to make it work. I'm not for sacrificing your champions to do so when you're literally you're shitting on the rest of your roster. You're doing things you said you weren't going to do. You're becoming the villain here, the quote unquote villain here, by just doing things that they do. And it's one of the things that, as much as I love WWE, I will tell you straight up, what they do with the tag team division with this kind of stuff sucks. It's I love tag team wrestling, and it's so rarely done right in WWE because they do a lot of this stuff. And now AEW is doing a lot of this stuff. And I'm not the only person that's noticed that. I've had people tell me. So I'm not just cuckoo crazy bananas here. It's legit happening. And I personally want to stop. I want them to focus on the teams they have. Give me the Acclaimed, Private Party, the Best Friends. FTR has been the number one contenders for 4 or 5 months now. Come on. You don't have to give me Josh Woods and Tony Nese. That's all I'm saying. After that, we go to a House of Black promo. And if the Christian Jungle Boy storyline is my favorite thing, the House of Black and Darby Allin versus Sting stuff, now you add Miro into the mix, is my second favorite thing. When House of Black promos are on point, they are so good. So good. Sometimes I miss them completely. I don't know what's going on. But tonight's really loved it. Loved it. I love that they're just beating the crap out of Darby Allin. They're chasing around to beat him. He's like, hey, you think you're not done till you're in the ground? We'll put you in the ground. We will drop your casket for you. They're out to kill this young man. I love it. Referencing the whole God and devil stuff because of Miro. That's his redeem. Love it. And hey, Sting, again, I think Sting has been used great, and I think he'll be used perfectly here. He's like a mystic being taking on a mystic being like Malachi Black. Very, very good stuff. Chilling little promos from the House of Black. Nice to see Brody. Absolutely. I'm happy with what they've done with Brody. I didn't know who he was coming into AEW. I heard the name, didn't know nothing about him. What I've seen of him recently, I loved it. Loved it. So I'm Brody King is a person who's growing on me. It doesn't hurt that he's with Malachi Black because I absolutely love Malachi Black. And again, the number 2 thing in AEW for me right now is the House of Black, Darby Allin, Miro stuff. So the promo here, very, very good stuff. I'm actually excited for the coffin match. Is it going to be a coffin match? Is it? Again, let me know because I didn't catch it. But again, I missed some things because eating and all this other stuff. So maybe I missed there was going to be a coffin match. Are they doing like a 3v3 a coffin match? Check out his match with Walter. Who are you referring to? I just said a bunch of names. Brody and Walter, Malachi and Walter, Darby and Walter. I'd watch that one. I'd watch Walter just murder Darby Allin. That'd be funny. Yes. One of my favorite scenes from this year in wrestling was the Rampage Royal at the very end when Brody King chokes Darby Allin and Darby is just hanging there off the apron and then Brody just drops him and that's how he wins. The visual of that was so badass. It's one of the best visuals we've had all year and not just in all of wrestling. It was very, very cool. Coffin match. Who's in the coffin match? Tell me, fill me in because I missed this 100%. I feel like an idiot. I missed this. Tell me when and who this coffin match is with. I assume Darby, but who else? I'll keep talking about this for a minute until we find out. Like I said, Brody, no clue who he was. The match with Moxley was fun. I saw people shit on it. Shut up. It was fun. I liked the stuff he did with Darby where he's ragged on him. It was awesome. 1v1 Brody versus Darby coffin match. When? Sign me the F up. Don't tell me Darby wins, though. Oh, man, that would drive me crazy. I want to see Brody just annihilate him some even more. That would be fantastic. I'm excited about this match. I want to know when it is. Probably next week or probably at the Quake by the lake. That's probably when that is. I had to put on my thinking cap right there. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so fun. The thing about these matches with Darby and Brody King is Darby's the kind of guy you can literally just hurt, and it's not gonna hurt him. You can just throw him around, do whatever you want. It's gonna be fantastic. Put him in a coffin match. That's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be badass. I'm excited. I'm giddy for that one. So Darby Allin has baseball. I'm looking that one up, dude. That's got to be fun. Anyway, back to the show. We got Yamashita versus Thunder Rosa title match because Yamashita beat Thunder Rosa in the Joshi tournament over in Japan. Didn't really watch much of this match. I was involved with other things, and I'm not big on Thunder Rosa at all. Sorry, people. I saw some people hating on it. I saw some people liking. So take your chances with it. I can't help you. Thunder Rosa did win, which again I don't think is any surprise. That Yamashita beat her so she could come over here and get this match, and Thunder Rosa could get her win back. No afterbirth or anything here. It was just the one. They shook hands afterwards, and that was it. So then they started promoting Rampage and next week's show. And next week, we get the return of Adam Cole, baby, and the rest of the Undisputed Era. The Young Bucks are in tow somehow, some way. They're involved with all this nonsense. I refuse to call them that other name because that ain't what it is. It's the Undisputed Era, always and forever. That's what it's going to be. 928 match rating, so it was quite good. Of course. Yeah, I don't even need to. I didn't need that. I know it's going to be fun. I just the imagine of Walters just slapping Darby out of his boots. This is just insane. Thunder and Yamashita hard-hitting women's bout. Really good showing from both ladies. So there you go. He gave it to you. I couldn't. Sorry. It's not that I didn't want to. I really just had other things I was doing at the moment. But yeah, that's what it is. If you can bear Thunder Rosa, unlike me, then there you go. It was a hard-hitting match. Fun, good showing. So yeah, Undisputed Era back next week, baby. And that's all I wanted because, like I said, we're missing MJF, we're missing CM Punk, and we're missing Adam Cole. Adam Cole returns. I'm one happy person. Now it is time for the main event. Yeah, I got that Cornette vocab. He crazy, but I think he's hilarious. I'll check him out. I think he's funny. He got the best nicknames too. But time for the main event. Danny Garcia, Bryan Danielson. If you like technical wrestling, if you like violence, this is your match. There was a little bit of blood in here for the people who out there are like, oh, I can't stand blood. Hush. There wasn't a crazy amount of blood. I feel like it was just a little bit. It got scraped a little bit, but like within 2 minutes, it was just a little piece right. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Just a little bit of blood right there towards the end. So it wasn't like it was a bloodbath. It was just a very violent and technical masterpiece. Not masterpiece. Sorry about that. A match. When it was violent, that's all it was violence. When they switched it to technicality, that's all it was just great technical wrestling. Shocking ending here. They were on the outside. Bryan Danielson tried to climb in the ring. A black arm came up, grabbed him, held him. Ref wouldn't see anything. By the time he got back in, Garcia pile drives him, put him in the sharpshooter, whatever he calls it. It is a sharpshooter. But then he did that wrench back. Bryan Danielson went out. Danny Garcia wins. So as I was saying earlier, Danny Garcia doesn't really win these matches. He got himself a big one tonight, baby. That's a big win for him. Bryan Danielson doing good business because that's what he does. He was selling the whole head injury the entire match. So good on Bryan Danielson. Again, that's what he does. And yeah, I was very shocked that Danny Garcia won. But I guess as soon as I saw the arm come up, I was like, oh, shit, they're really going to pull the trigger on Garcia here. Afterwards, Jake Hager comes out. He's wearing black long-sleeve shirt, so he was the guy who did it. Jericho runs down. He was on commentary. They celebrate with Garcia. Big moment for Danny Garcia. I can't wait to see what they do here. Then you got AEW coming to Canada. Boy, you better go watch it too, David. You cannot miss an AEW show. You got to go. They're too fun. Danielson, come on. Danielson holding nothing back. Unbridled passion for wrestling. Yes, absolutely. The match was so hard to hit. It was a fun match. Again, violence without the bloodshed. Like, I'm not a fan of like a lot of blood. I get some blood. I think it adds to it at points. Too much can be overkill 100%. Tonight, that wasn't the case. I think it was a good showing. The ref yelling at Daniel Garcia kind of sold to me that Daniel Bryan was actually hurt. I don't think he was hurt. I think Daniel Bryan's just a master at this shit, and he's just really good at selling it. We're told Garcia is really good. Last Saturday tonight, he showed us just that just hung out with the best wrestler in the world for 30 minutes and never looked like he didn't belong in there anyone. Yes, and tonight I will flat out say He came through in the clutch, if you want to call it that, because this is the best outing I've seen from Daniel Garcia. From my own personal viewing, I've never seen him look better. Probably has a lot to do with his dance partner, because Brian Danielson, whatever you want to call him, is fantastic. Always has been, always will be, and he works well at putting people over and making them look good. But Garcia is really good, so not to take anything away from him. This was his best outing, and he got the win, big time for him, and that's just going to help him just go to the next level. And as I said, within 5 years, I think he's at the top of AEW's main event division. But that's neither here nor there. That's in the future. That's the show. A good show. I won't say a great show. I don't know, because I really enjoyed some of it. It's a weird one, because I don't feel like it was a great show, but there was a lot of very good stuff in the show. But there was a lot of stuff that I was just kind of like, whatever. It didn't really make a difference to me. But that's that. So I honestly would just recommend watch the show. Just skip through all the segments. I think the segments are the only thing that kind of sucked. Unless the Hangman Page, Young Bucks, watch that just for the little hints that are dropping in there. Looking good, babe. You looking good, babe. You looking good. I'll be there in a minute. And so yeah, that's the show. We will have a bunch of other stuff for you on Wrestle Buddy this weekend. Bunch of stuff. It's SummerSlam weekend, baby. We're loaded. Prediction show on Friday. So watch along on Saturday. Podcasts. I think we got a few other things coming up. Not sure. Check it all out. I unfortunately will not be part of these festivities because I will be at the show. So stay tuned. Follow me on the Twitter machine if you haven't. There's my handle right there. I'm gonna have some stuff on my YouTube as well. I'll be going to SummerSlam. I'll be going to Starrcast, meeting the very nice, very evil Danhausen, Ricky Starks, Effie. Gonna have a good time at the Starrcast. Then I'm going to Ric Flair's final match show. That's gonna be freaking amazing and awesome. I'm gonna be there for that. But the undercard for that really, really looks good. So yeah, stay tuned with me if you want to see some fun stuff this weekend. And if you're going to be there, hit me up. Let me know. Let's get together. Meet the Drip King. That's what you need to do. I just finished the Purple Kool-Aid for you. I am joining the Dark Order tonight. Finally. I was invited on Father's Day by Johnny Ungi. I just haven't had the Purple Kool-Aid yet. So there. I'm going to be doing that after tonight's show. I think DG strikes visually as a legitimate star. Maybe with time he'll become more convinced. No, visually he does not look like a legitimate star, 100%. But in AEW, you can come across, you can reach that level with your skill, and he has the skill to do so. He does need character work. Unfortunately for him, he's with the Jericho Appreciation Society, learning from one of the best to ever do it. So the sky really is the limit for them. If he just takes in everything he's taught, I think he's going to be great. But yeah, like I said, Wrestle Buddy's got you covered. I'm gonna be all over the place this weekend. SummerSlam, Ric Flair's match, Starrcast. Follow me, and if you're there, come hit me up. Let's get together. Meet the Drip King. I'm not shy. I love meeting wrestling fans. I want to talk wrestling with you. So hit me up. With that, I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you for joining me. As always, I appreciate the love. Thank you for all the comments, making it happen. I really enjoy this. So keep coming back. Keep commenting in the show. Keep talking to me. And I'll keep doing the show. I really appreciate it, guys. So with that said, toodles.